I added Braun back to F1 2021's My Team Career Mode and simulated 10 seasons. Will Braun rediscover the 2009 magic? Stay tuned to find out. My name is Chris, welcome back to CF Racing and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, what's going on? CF Racing your guys, and today everybody, just like the thumbnail and title of this video said, I added Braun back to Formula 1. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then hit that like button and subscribe. Allegedly, 87% of you guys who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you do enjoy, I really would appreciate it if you could hit that button. Now, going on to the admin of this simulation. In 2009, there were 17 races in the season, so I chose to do a 16 race calendar for all 10 seasons. The driver I chose for all 10 seasons was Rubens Barrichello, and the second driver for the start of the simulation is going to be Jack Aitken. For the engine, I chose Mercedes as Braun turned into Mercedes and used a Mercedes engine back in 2009. And last but not least, here is the livery. In 2021, Max Verstappen wins his first World Drivers' Championship in front of Valtteri Bottas, who finishes in P2 with 5 wins. Max Verstappen had 5 wins in P1, and Lewis Hamilton finishes in P3 with 6 wins. Kind of unrealistic having Bottas finish ahead of Hamilton, but hey, what are you going to do? He's overpowered in career mode, so what can you say about that? In the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes win another Constructors' Championship. That's once again quite realistic to what could happen this year. I mean, the race is going to be on Sunday. This video is coming out on Friday, so that's really cool. Red Bull finish in P2, McLaren in P3, Ferrari P4, AlphaTauri P5, Alpine P6, Aston Martin P7, Braun P8, Alfa Romeo P9, Williams P10, and Haas in dead last. And in the driver transfer market, we got some crazy transfers in this career mode. Kimi Raikkonen and Fernando Alonso decide to retire from Formula 1. Valtteri Bottas decides to leave Formula 1. That was kind of unexpected. Mick Schumacher goes to Alfa Romeo. Guan Yu Zhou goes to AlphaTauri. Pierre Gasly goes to Alpine. Dan Ticktum partners Nikita Mazepin and Haas. Jack Aitken gets the call-up to Mercedes, and Braun signed Roy Nissany for the money. In 2022, Max Verstappen becomes a 2-time world champion, finishing in P1, taking 6 wins on the year. Lewis Hamilton finishes in P2, taking 6 wins as well, and Charles Leclerc takes 4 wins on the year to finish in P3. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull win their first Constructors' Championship since 2013, followed by Ferrari in P2, Mercedes P3, McLaren P4, Alpine P5, AlphaTauri P6, Aston Martin P7, Braun P8, Alfa Romeo P9, Williams in P10, and Haas in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Braun and GP decide to sign Jenson Button out of retirement to put Jenson Button alongside Rubens Barrichello for a great 2009 reunion. Valtteri Bottas goes back to Mercedes, so Jack Aitken and Roy Nissany both become free agents. And at the end of the 2022 season, going into 2023, there is a regulation change to the aero and durability departments. In 2023, Max Verstappen becomes a 3-time world champion, finishing in P1, taking 7 wins on the year. Leclerc finishes in P2, taking 1 win. Bottas finishes in P3, taking 1 win. Sainz finishes P4, taking 1 win. And Lewis Hamilton finishes in P5, also taking 1 win. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull win their second consecutive Constructors' title. Ferrari finished P2, Mercedes P3, McLaren P4. Alpine P5, Braun move up 2 spots with Jenson Button to finish in P6. AlphaTauri finish P7. Aston Martin finish in P8. Williams P9. Alfa Romeo P10, and Haas haven't moved. They are still in dead last. And in the driver transfer market, Sergio Perez decides to retire from Formula 1. He hangs up the gloves and the steering wheel. So that means there is an open seat at Red Bull, and Lance Stroll decides to take that seat and goes to Red Bull. Jack Aitken Lance Stroll seated Aston Martin as well. Now we're going to move on to 2024. In 2024, Max Verstappen becomes a 4-time world championship, absolutely dominating this season, and he takes 10 wins on the year to finish in first. Lance Stroll takes 4 wins on the year to finish P2, and Charles Leclerc takes 2 wins on the year to finish in P3. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull once again win another Constructors' Championship. Ferrari finished P2, Mercedes P3, McLaren P4, Alpine P5, Braun P6, AlphaTauri P7, Aston Martin P8, Williams P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and Haas in dead last. And in the driver transfer market, Lewis Hamilton decides to retire from Formula One, and to take his place at Mercedes, we have Robert Schwartzman. In the regulation change department, there is a regulation change to the chassis, power, and durability department, so this will likely shake up the grid heading into 2025. In 2025, I can't believe this actually happened, but Jenson Button takes a World Drivers' Champion and becomes a 2-time World Drivers' Champion for Braun GP, as he took 13 wins on the year to finish in P1, and Max Verstappen finishes in P2 with 13 wins. In the Constructors' Championship, and the first time since 2009, mainly because that was their only season, but Braun win a World Constructors' Championship. I don't know if you can believe this. They move up 5 spots. They absolutely nailed the regulation change. Red Bull finish in P2, Ferrari P3, Alpine P4, Mercedes P5, McLaren P6, AlphaTauri P7, Aston Martin P8, Williams P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and once again Haas finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Daniel Ricciardo retires from Formula One. To replace Daniel Ricciardo at McLaren, we have Nicholas Latifi. Lando Norris goes to Mercedes. Robert Schwartzman goes to McLaren. And Nobuharu Matsushita goes to Williams. We're going to move on to 2026 to see if Braun can defend their title. In 2026, Max Verstappen becomes a 5-time world champion, taking 4 wins on the year to finish in P1. Jenson Button takes 6 wins on the year to finish in P2, and he actually DNF'd in the last race of the season, so Verstappen took the championship. Button would have won if he didn't DNF, guys. It was kind of crazy. Lance Stroll finishes in P3 with 2 wins. Lando Norris finishes in P4 with 1 win. Leclerc finishes P5 with 2 wins, and Barrichello finishes in P6 with 1 win, and that's Barrichello's first win since who knows how long. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull take their 4th Constructors' Championship of this simulation. Braun finish in P2, Ferrari P3, Mercedes P4, Alpine P5, McLaren P6, AlphaTauri P7, Williams P8, Aston Martin P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and Haas finish in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Carlos Sainz retires from Formula One, leaving an open seat at Ferrari, and Sebastian Vettel goes back to Ferrari, which is something that we all absolutely love to see. And to take Vettel's spot at Aston Martin, it is Callum Ilott. And lastly, there is a regulation change to the aero departments heading into 2027. In 2027, I can't believe this actually happened, but Lance Stroll wins a World Drivers' Championship over Max Verstappen. Lance Stroll took 6 wins on the year, Verstappen took 5, Max had a lot more DNFs, that's why he won. Jenson Button finishes in P3 with 2 wins, Lando Norris P4 with 2 wins, and Charles Leclerc in P5 with 1 win. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull take their 5th Constructors' Championship of this simulation. Braun finish in P2, Mercedes P3, Ferrari P4, McLaren P5, Alpine P6, AlphaTauri P7, Williams P8, Aston Martin P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and Haas finish in dead last. There were no driver transfers going into 2028, and there's no regulation change going into 2028, so it looks like 2028 is probably going to be more or less the same with Formula One, or will it? In 2028, Lando Norris becomes a Formula One world champion, taking 9 wins on the year. Max Verstappen finishes in P2, taking 1 win. Jenson Button finishes P3, taking 1 win. Lance Stroll finishes P4, taking 1 win. And Charles Leclerc finishes in P5, taking 2 wins on the season. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull win their 6th of the simulation. Mercedes finished P2, Braun P3, Ferrari P4, Alpine P5, McLaren P6, AlphaTauri P7, Williams P8, Alfa Romeo P9, Aston Martin P10, and Haas haven't moved this whole time. They're still in dead last. Once again, there are no driver transfers going into 2029, but there is a regulation change to the power departments which could shake up the grid heading into the penultimate season. In 2029, Max Verstappen becomes a 6-time world champion, taking 6 wins on the year. Jenson Button finishes in P2, taking 3 wins. Lando Norris takes 3 wins to finish in P3. And Charles Leclerc takes 4 wins to finish in P4. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull take their 7th of the simulation. Ferrari in P2. Mercedes P3. Braun P4. Alpine P5. AlphaTauri P6, McLaren P7, that's brutal for them, Alfa Romeo P8, Williams P9, Aston Martin P10, and Haas finish in dead last. And heading into the final season of 2030, Yuki Tsunoda decides to retire from Formula 1. Jack Aitken replaces Yuki Tsunoda at AlphaTauri. Christian Lundgaard goes to Alpine. Pierre Gasly goes to Mercedes. And Valtteri Bottas goes to Alpine. And once again, heading into 2030, there is a regulation change to the aero, chassis, and durability department. So this will 100% shake up the grid heading into 2030. And in 2030, Max Verstappen becomes a 7-time world champion, tying the likes of Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. He took 4 wins on the year. In P2 was Jenson Button taking 5. Pierre Gasly finishes in P3 with 2 wins. Lando Norris finishes in P4 with 3 wins. And Lance Stroll finishes in P5 with 2 wins. In the Constructors' Championship, the partnering of Lando Norris and Pierre Gasly win a Constructors' Championship for Mercedes. Red Bull finish in P2, Braun P3, Ferrari P4, AlphaTauri P5, Alpine P6, McLaren P7, Alfa Romeo P8, Aston Martin P9, Williams P10, and Haas didn't move all simulation, and they finish in dead last. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this Brawn GP simulation. If you did enjoy and you want to see more videos like this from me, then please go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be pumping out as much content as I can once school finishes pretty much next week. With that being said, everybody, I hope you all enjoyed. Share with your friends, like, subscribe, join the Tifosi. You know how it is. With that being said, everybody, hope you all enjoyed and have a great day.